Sometimes overwhelm does not look dramatic. It looks like opening your laptop and having no idea where to begin. It looks like checking your phone because scrolling feels easier than choosing what to do first. It looks like thinking about 6 different things while completing none of them. And the more you try to get on top of everything, the more behind you feel. So you make another list, add another reminder, open another tab, try to organize the entire mess at once, and somehow your head gets even louder. That is the trap. When everything feels important, your brain stops knowing what deserves attention first, and in that moment you usually do not need more motivation, you need less competition for your attention. So when everything feels scattered, give yourself 30 minutes. Not 30 minutes to fix your life. 30 minutes to make the next step obvious again. Here is the reset. 10 minutes to empty, 10 minutes to reduce, 10 minutes to move. Start with empty. Take out a piece of paper. Then write down everything your mind keeps trying to hold. Tasks, worries, reminders, unfinished decisions, things you need to buy, messages you need to send, the appointment you keep forgetting, the project you are behind on, the conversation you keep replaying, the thing you know you should probably cancel. Do not organize any of it yet. Just get it out. Because pressure feels different when it becomes visible. A thought inside your head has no edges. It can follow you everywhere. On paper, it becomes one thing sitting in one place, and that alone creates distance. You stop carrying the entire list at once. Now you can look at it. That is the first 10 minutes. Then comes reduce. Look at everything you wrote down and ask 3 questions. Does this need action today? Can this wait? Can this disappear completely? Be more ruthless than you normally are. Because overwhelm is not always caused by having too much to do. Often it comes from having too many things left undecided, things you might do, things you probably should do, plans you have not committed to, responsibilities you have not rejected. Every unresolved thing stays mentally open, and every open loop keeps asking for a small piece of your attention. So close, some of them. Move tomorrow's problem to tomorrow. Put a date beside something that can wait. Cancel the thing you do not actually want to do. Delete a task that no longer matters. Send the message that takes 2 minutes. You are not trying to complete the list. You are deciding what is allowed to stop competing for your attention right now. That is the second 10 minutes. Now you have 10 left. This is where you move. Choose one action that would make the rest of the day feel lighter. Not necessarily the biggest task, not the most impressive one. Choose the action that creates the most clarity. Maybe your environment is chaotic, and every time you look around, your brain gets another reminder that you are behind. Clear one surface. Maybe one email has been sitting in the back of your mind for 3 days. Send it. Maybe a project feels impossible because you still have not defined the first step. Open the document and write 3 lines. Maybe your finances feel scary because you keep avoiding the actual numbers. Open the account. Look. Write them down. Maybe you have been postponing one phone call. Make it 10 minutes, one action, nothing dramatic. But something has changed. You are no longer standing still in front of the entire problem. You are moving one part of it, and that matters because overwhelm has a very convincing lie built into it. It tells you that progress only counts when you solve everything. So if you cannot clean the whole room, you do nothing. If you cannot finish the project, you avoid opening it. If you cannot get your whole life organized, you keep waiting for the perfect day to begin. But you do not need to finish everything to feel better. You need to reduce enough friction that movement becomes possible again. That is what this reset is for. Empty, reduce, move. And there is one rule that makes the whole thing work. When the 30 minutes are over, stop resetting. Do not turn this into another productivity project. Do not build a complicated new system. Do not spend the next hour redesigning your calendar. Do not make a prettier version of the list. Go back to your day. The reset has already worked if one thing is now clear: what you are doing next. Because clarity is not having every answer. It is not an empty inbox. It is not a perfect schedule. It is knowing what deserves your attention now and what does not. Overwhelm makes everything feel equally close, equally urgent, equally unfinished. A reset gives things edges again. This one is for today. That one can wait. This one does not matter anymore. And this is what I am doing next. Your life will get messy again. You will have another busy week. tasks will pile up, your attention will scatter. That does not mean the reset failed. The goal was never to become someone whose life is always perfectly organized. The skill is noticing when the noise is taking over, and knowing how to return before chaos starts feeling normal. So the next time you are staring at 10 things and doing none of them, do not ask yourself, how do I fix all of this? Ask something smaller. What would make the next 30 minutes useful? Then empty, reduce, move, 10 minutes each. You may still have problems when the timer ends, but you will not be standing in the middle of all of them at once. You will know what matters now, and sometimes that's enough to make life feel manageable again.